What can I do to keep my cake moist in the fridge for a longer time?
Hello there, passionate bakers and cake lovers. Today, we'll uncover some great tips on how to keep your cake moist in the fridge for a longer time. If you've ever been disappointed by a dried-out cake after refrigeration, this guide is just for you. So, let's dive in.
Why do cakes dry out in the fridge?
First things first, let's understand why cakes tend to dry out in the fridge. The fridge is a low humidity environment, and it pulls moisture out of everything. That's great for preventing bacterial growth, but not so good for your moist and delicious cake. The cold temperature also slows down the process of staling, but it doesn't stop it completely.
How to properly cool your cake?
Before placing your cake in the fridge, it's essential to let it cool completely. Why? Because when a hot or warm cake is put in the fridge, it creates condensation, which eventually leads to a soggy cake. Always cool your cake on a wire rack for a couple of hours before thinking of refrigeration.
The power of frosting.
Frosting is not only tasty, but it also serves as a barrier to prevent your cake from drying out. Therefore, always apply a layer of frosting or icing to your cake before refrigerating it. Buttercream, cream cheese frosting, ganache, all these work as a protective shield for your cake's moisture.
Store your cake properly.
It's time to put your cake in the fridge, but how? The key to preserving its moisture is to wrap it well. Use a plastic wrap or airtight container to prevent the fridge's air from reaching your cake. If your cake is already cut, press a piece of plastic wrap against the cut side to seal in the moisture.
Bring it to room temperature before serving.
After all the care you've taken, remember one last step before you serve. Let your cake come to room temperature. This is important because a cold cake can often taste dry. Remove your cake from the fridge a few hours before you plan to serve it. And there you have it, folks. Keeping your cake moist in the fridge isn't rocket science, but it does require some attention and care. We hope these tips have been helpful. Happy baking, and enjoy your delicious, moist cake.